Probably the most versatile tools we have in our interface are palettes. Palettes give us quick access to drawing content, properties, and commands. Let's look at how we can apply them to our workspace. Now, there are several palettes available in AutoCAD. To see the palettes, we can come up and click the View tab in our ribbon, and the palettes are located right here in our Palettes panel. Each one of these icons represents a specific palette that we can open. For the purposes of our discussion, let's open up the Properties palette. I'm going to do that by moving into the icon and clicking. Now, the Properties palette is a tool that we can use to change the properties of our entities. Palettes are very flexible. I can move these around on screen. If I place my cursor in this masked area and click and hold, I can drag my mouse and release. I can move them over here. Let me click and hold. I can drag them over here and release. We can place our palettes wherever we want. If I'd like to resize a palette, I can place my cursor along the edge and my icon will change. At this point, if I click and hold, I can make this palette wider or narrower. I can come down to the bottom and do the same thing. Now, palettes can take up a lot of space on our screen, and Autodesk has recognized this, and they've given us a tool called the Auto Hide tool. We can use this to collapse our palettes. The icon is right up here. If I click, my palette will collapse down to just the width of the mast. If I'd like to access the functionality of this palette, I can place my cursor over the mast, and the palette will expand. I can then do my business. When I'm done, I can move away, and the palette collapses. If I'd like the palette to stay open, I can come up and click the Auto Hide button one more time. Palettes can also be docked. This is probably the most efficient way to use palettes. To dock my palette, I'm going to place my cursor over the mast, and I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to select Anchor Left or Anchor Right, depending on which side of the screen I'd like to dock the palette. Let me select Anchor Left. When I do, the palette becomes a margin on the left side of my screen, and this guy works just like the Auto Hide feature. He's always available. If I place my cursor over the edge, he opens up. If I move away, he collapses. We can even take it one extra step. If I place my cursor in this margin and right-click, I can select Icons Only. This will reduce the entire palette down to a single icon. Now I've got the best of both worlds. I've got a humongous palette hidden beneath one icon. If I want to open the palette, I can hover over the icon, do my work, and move away. If we'd like the palette to stay up on screen for any length of time, we can hover over the icon, click the Auto Hide button again. This puts the palette into a docked state. If I'd like to restore him to his fully collapsed state, I can move up and click this Minimize icon. Palettes are the most versatile tool in our interface. They can pack the functionality of an entire dialog box beneath a single tool icon.